Continuing the series is in Flesh and Bones. We're on story number 24, entitled Reciting Sutras. A farmer requested a Tendai priest to recite sutras for his wife who had died. After the recitation was over, the farmer asked, "Do you think my wife will gain merit from this?" The priest said, "Not only your wife, but all sentient beings will benefit from the recitation of the sutras." Let's look at that just for a moment. Certainly in the Zen tradition and many other traditions, chanting, singing, prayers, recitation happen. And in one way, it's our voice giving voice to some intention or some aspiration. And does that make a difference? Does that make a difference in the world? So from a relative perspective, it doesn't make much difference. You know, every word arises, exists, and disappears. But let's look at it a little bit differently, a little bit deeper, a little more deeply. On one hand, every time we set an intention in our hearts, it changes us. It's like a drop of water on land. Drop, drop, drop. That drop erodes a groove into the dirt. So each time we chant or say a prayer or have an intention, as we do it over and over, it creates a track in our mind, which changes us. That's one level of looking at this. But does that actually help anybody else? From the level of the one mind, everything is connected. Everything is part of the whole. There is nothing that is separate from the whole. So if we change something on this side, it's going to affect something on that side. If we have, as they say in chaos theory, a butterfly flaps its wings in South America and a tornado happens in North America, everything is connected. So when we are acting, functioning sincerely from our foundation, it has the ability to change the earth, affect all realms. I think that's the kind of thing that needs to be investigated and experienced. But nothing is separate. So everything affects everything. So if everything affects everything, then it all in a way cancels out, right? So it's like there is static in the background, and whenever something with clear intention comes forward, that clear intention stands out, has a sharpness to it, has a directness to it. And that sharpness and directness has, on the level of cause and effect, a greater effect than the static background. So every time we say a prayer, every time we make a chant, it changes us, puts out a certain energy into the world, and at a fundamental level, changes the world. So continuing with the story, the farmer says, well, if you say all sentient beings will benefit, my wife may be very weak and others will take advantage of her, gaining the benefit she should have. So please recite the sutras just for her. The priest explained that it was the desire of a Buddhist to offer blessings and wish merit for every living being, of course. That's a fine teaching, concluded the farmer. But please make one exception. I have a neighbor who is very rough and mean to me. Please just exclude him from all these sentient beings. Isn't that the way that we all are? We have some good impulse, we have some aspiration, but then there's somebody in the background, some person in our administration or some person in our some person in our family, some person in our life that we really would like them to get their just desserts. We really would like them to feel some of the discomfort or pain that we have felt. And so we would like to just exclude them from the blessings so that they will, in our view, reap their karmic reward, reap what they have sown, that they'll have to feel their own pain. And it's always that holding back that becomes our aspiration, becomes a partial aspiration. Our aspiration has that much selfishness in it. Our aspiration has that much less trust in it. To wish benefit for every living being, regardless of what they have done. To wish kindness and love and awakening for every living being is the Bodhisattva vow. It's a healthy vow. It is a vow that can make a difference in the world.